Hey, Sunday here. So, I decided to do this video of me turning Tetris pieces into magical girls. I'd like to call myself a character designer, kinda, sorta, not really, but I like to. I was in a Tetris phase and I was like, hey, what if I did this? And here I am doing it. So the first character that I designed was Scion, the eye block or the stick block, whatever you'd like to call it. And I made her the leader because when you finally get that block, it's like a lifesaver sometimes, and you can finally get that row down and get yourself some points. So I made her hair blocky with bangs, and I'm making it long because with this design I wanted to keep in the theme of long or straight angular, because, well, the eye block is very straightforward. It's just a straight line. So I did that, and I changed her expression from like a cocky smile into a gentle smile because, well, like I said before, that block is pretty much like an angel sent from above. So I'm adding as much of blocks as I can. So I gave her this choker choker styled thing that leads down to the main outfit. And I mainly based the outfit off of Pretty Cure magical girls from, animes. And when you think magical girl, you look up magical girl, the first thing that you're going to see, I guess, that it was pretty much your exact image, is Pretty Cure magical girls, because they have the most iconic magical girls designs in my mind, of the bows, the cute aesthetic, the color themes, and the cupcake skirt. And here I am changing the bodice like 1,000 times because I was very, very, I wouldn't say confused. I just didn't know what to do for the bodice. So I kept these buttons for the bodice to lead back to the blocks. And pretty much it was an easy way to lead back to blocks. And then I'm giving her these thigh-high boots because, again, I wanted to keep a long style and a long straight style, so I gave her these thigh-high boots to further emphasize the long, tall type theme that we're going on here. And here I am struggling to make the heel part because heels are not my strong suit, and I incorporated the block itself into the heel. Again, it was pretty much an easy thing to add in, so I looked up a reference finally and made her foot look not broken. And here I am struggling to do hands because grabbing hands are so hard for me. I don't know why. I'm giving her this staff because, well, I can. But I'm giving her the staff to pretty much indicate and further emphasize that she is the leader. And I'm giving her the staff that has all of the Tetris blocks incorporated into it. It gives me like Twilight Sparkle vibes, or when pretty much when the magical girl goes god mode and takes all of her friends' powers with friendship powers pretty much. And then I skipped the line art because, again, it's just like the same drawing, I'm just lining it. So I moved on to the coloring phase. I gave her lighter skin because, well, cyan is more of a lighter color, and so I gave her a whiter skin. Instead of going with the pretty much the stereotype of magical girls with always their specific color and white in the outfit, I went with black. And I know black is like the evil color, but I went with black because with Tetris the background is black, so I went with black instead of white. But I do add in white later on to balance it out and not make her seem evil to the child's eye. And then I start adding in the cyan colors with the blocks, and then her bow, the main bow, and yeah. And then here I am doing this how do you say it, this transparent part of her skirt. So I don't know, I just wanted to make it look more almost futuristic. And after I do the transparent part, I start adding in highlights, and then I go on and move on to her hair. I made her hair cyan because, again, with the pretty cute magical girls, their color is always the color of their hair. And so I made her hair cyan, but then she does kind of look like Miku with the cyan colored hair. But I tried to fix that later on. Instead of giving her cyan eyes, I give her black eyes instead. And now I'm adding in white to balance out the black colors. I was going to, originally in my mind, I was going to put cyan on the choker part of her outfit, but there was already too much cyan for me, so I just made it white. I move on to her hair piece, and I made it a darker cyan instead of, well, normal cyan, because it would have blended in with her hair too much. And I also I made the ribbon part of it white instead of black. And then here is me deciding not to do cyan eyes and do black eyes instead. And I made the black just darker version of cyan, like a really, really dark version of cyan on the color wheel. And then I add in the highlights of the eyes, and I put in the block in her pupil, because that's my staple pretty much. Now I'm moving on to the staff. I mentioned before I wanted to incorporate all of the blocks together. So I made the staff out of all the Tetris pieces and colored them, but I did make the saturation a little bit on the downside, just a smidge, compared to the original because it was way too saturated for me. It was hurting my eyes. So I'm adding in highlights to make all of the blocks pop. And I added another piece at the bottom with the how do you say it? The I piece and the O piece at the bottom. And I added some floating blocks to go with the rest of the design with the floating block pieces, and then she's done. I named her Isla or Isla, however you would like to pronounce it. I was originally going to name her Iris or Ivy, and I wanted to name her starting with an I because she is the I block. So instead of Iris or Ivy, I went with Isla, because Iris and Ivy, in my mind, you immediately think of the plant, and the plants that they're incorporated with is like a purple blue color and a green color for like poison ivy or something like that. So I just went with not those names, and I went with Isla. And next I'm going to do yellow, which is the O block, and hopefully it goes well. Alright, bye.